In this video, we're going to be talking about the treble clef, how to read that on the staff, how to read that in music. And the treble clef is normally going to be played in music with the right hand. Today I'm going to be showing that by starting out with my thumb on that middle C position. That's what it looks like on the staff. So that staff line, we see what we call a ledger line is below the normal staff. And it's basically an imaginary line as if we were going to continue to extend those lines down. So that is our middle C position. Next, we're going to go up to D, which is a step up from that middle C position. And it's considered a space note because it's in the space between the lines. So that C was a line note, even though it has that imaginary or ledger line down there. And we have D, which is in that space above that. Next is E. E is that first line at the bottom. Next we have F, which is a space note. That's that bottom space. Next is G, and you'll see that G is that second line up. And if you notice the treble clef wraps around the G line. It's basically a big fancy G, and it's going to wrap around the G line. That's one way that it makes it very easy to identify the G note. It's considered a landmark note, very easy to find. Next is A, so that's that second space up. B is the middle line for the treble clef. So that would be one of those landmark notes again. And then we have the next C, this is our treble C. Then D, E, which is the top space, F, which is the top line, and then G, and then we would go on. So there is a couple of different phrases that helps with memorizing where those notes are on the treble clef. So one of them would be, if we were going by the bottom line note, E, if we say every good boy deserves fudge. That would help us to remember those line notes. And if we're trying to learn those space notes, F, A, C, and E, well, space spells face, right? So if I go ahead and highlight each of these, whoops, F, A, C, and E. You'll see that right there. So space spells face. Okay. So that's one way to help remember the treble clef notes. I've also heard a student say for the line notes, they said every good burger deserves fries. And that was the one way that he remembered it. E, G, B, D, F. Every good burger deserves fries. So whichever way that you use, and then eventually you'll just know it by looking at it, just like any other language, because music is a language, and we are learning the basics of that language. So hopefully this is a help to you. And learning your notes on the staff is critical as we continue to progress in music. So the better you learn your notes and can identify them quickly, the better it's going to be for sight reading new music and to be able to continue on in your progression as a musician.